Hi, I'm Amy with One Mommy Scrapping, and I love planning for happy memories. Today, we're going to take a look at last year's Journal Your Christmas album. So, let's get started. So here's my album. It is a 6x8 by Cartabella from their Christmas Market collection. I have a thing for snowflakes. I just love snowflakes, and I love when snowflakes are red and white like this. Whether it's the red background with the white snowflakes or white background with red snowflakes. I like to do my nails like that for Christmas as well. So this is what I used. I have just went with a very basic spine. This was a piece of scrap paper. I may go back and choose a different piece because it's very bright compared to the rest of the album. We shall see. So I do Journal Your Christmas, which if you don't know is a class taught by Shamel Lane. I will put a link down below. It is amazing and 100% worth the cost. It's $35 US. And that includes lifetime access. So I paid once and started in 2016, I believe it was. 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, because this will be year 5. No, 15. I started in 2015, so this is year 6. But I've only had to pay that price once. You get lifetime access, which is awesome because I did not finish this until about a week ago. And I was able to go back and rewatch her videos and kind of reacquaint myself with her topics. And she is redoing it this year specifically because we are all probably spending Christmas at home. So, cover page. I always put JYC or Journal Your Christmas of some sort in the year on my cover page. And then one of the first prompts is basically it's your Christmas declaration. And I said, I just want to relax and enjoy the season. And you know what? That is so true this year. I'm really looking forward to Christmas this year. I think, which I know a lot of people aren't, but I think I am because I know I will get to stay home and actually enjoy the time. I'm not going to be rushing around going, okay, I need to go here to this party. I need to go see these people. It's just going to be nice and quiet, which I'm really looking forward to. The collection I used for the background paper and for all the embellishments is the Bella Boulevard Santa Squad collection. Just totally fell out of my head. So here we have Buddy showing up. I loved the chipboard here. You will see gold. I don't know how well you can see that actually on camera, but it's gold glitter embossed numbers. And these were the Christmas stamps that Shamel did last year. She also did some this year, which will show up in my 2020 album. This was one of my favorite gifts from last year. One of my students got me my very first Pusheen, which is a gray cat. And my class last year really, really loved Pusheen. So I had to write about that. We always have a day where we do our events. And I normally go in and fill this in afterwards. And I end up getting a lot filled in after Christmas. But we're going to talk about why when we get towards the end of the album. Why that is blank. This is the Advent Lessons and Carols concert that my church does, which we're obviously not doing this year. It's the first time that I participated in it. And this woman here, her name is Betty, and she is an absolute angel. Absolutely love her. My daughter making our elf at school. So I think around about first grade, Elizabeth realized that her class had a class elf and my class in third grade did not. And I told her, I was like, babe, that's because we're in third grade. We're upstairs. Third grade is when you start on the upper floor. And she was insistent that my class needed an elf. So she has been drawing an elf on my board ever since. This was her in 6th grade, still drawing it for my class. And every morning she comes in and she erases it and moves it somewhere else, which I think is just an absolutely amazing little tradition. And something I realized when going through this, I realized I'm going to miss this year. That was one of my favorite parts of Christmas, is seeing where she gets creative with peppermint. My husband and daughter participated in a rucking event last year called the Santa Ruck Light. They're carrying supplies to a shelter. And it ended up being about 12 miles. So it was pretty close to actually a Go Ruck Heavy. But they're going to be doing it again this year. So I'm sure I'll have more pictures of that in my next album. Letter writing. This is one thing I messed up on. I have these stamps from Close to My Heart that they're striped like gingerbread. And I think I only included them in 1 or 2 places. So that's one where I want to make sure I try to include them a little more. Always have to have my Starbucks red cup. I will probably be doing this again. I've already got one. I know it's not a red cup, it's green, but I've already got one of the Starbucks cups for this year. So that will probably go in here. And I really love it. This is the epoxy flare from, here we go, Scrap and Happy Studio. So Red Cup, I don't know, it's just something I really love. I don't drink a lot of Starbucks coffee unless people bring it to me. And especially I'm not drinking it a lot right now because that would require me to go out, and usually it's students that would bring it to me and they'd surprise me in the morning. There's something about Christmas and Starbucks, I just love them. All right, and then we have our tree prompt Christmas, the only time of the year in which one can sit in front of a dead tree and eat candy out of a sock. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's totally it. Now, this card here was just covered with dots, and I went through and covered all of them with the gemstones, with the matching colors of gems that I have. And just seeing our tree all decorated just makes me happy. The angel on top, my husband and I picked out in our first year of marriage. You can't see it, but right here is actually the first ornament we bought too. I was really big. I wanted it to be something special that we would always hang on the tree together each year. This is one of my favorite pages. Shamel usually does a prompt related to wrapping paper, and I will cut 2x2 squares of wrapping paper, and it's all different sorts, from the stuff that we use at home to stuff that the kids at school have wrapped for me. I save bits from the Myers family Christmas, from the Alexander family Christmas, from the other Alexander family Christmas. We have a lot of Christmases in my house. This is a hand-lettered tag that my stepmom did for Elizabeth. So I love the page. And then we always, my dad would do things where he would write like cryptic messages on notes. And that was always like such a fun part. So I always like to include, even if it's something as simple as "To Mom from Elizabeth," I like to include those kinds of things in there because, you know, she's not always going to be writing like that. So it's like, I gotta keep it. Plus, there are some years when my sister in England has really funny wrapping papers. Like a year or two ago, she had Brussel Sprouts. It was Brussels sprout wrapping paper, and they were wearing like top hats and little monocles. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. You're going to see this happen a couple different times where we've got students at school, but this was the party day and they get to dress up in holiday clothes, and Elizabeth wore her Santa dress for the middle school luncheon. And here's again, and here, this will not normally be in here. It's just for this. I did remember to use that font again, and this time I got smart. I went and got some of my glitter green embossing powder from Tonic Studios, their Nouveau line, and heat embossed it, and I really like how that turned out. So that I'm going to be doing a lot this year. One of the traditions, is my daughter making cookies with her at her math teacher's house. She got to go over there on the last day after break, or last day of school to start break. This is a favorite tradition that we do in my school, and I really hope I will get to participate this year. But the 7th grade, I think it's 7th grade students, will write letters, to little tags to their teachers, past teachers, and then all throughout, as we're getting even crazier, more hectic, all throughout though, the guidance counselor will put these in our mailboxes. And so it's so nice to go down and actually get a sweet note. And sometimes they're from my students, sometimes it's from other students. Might be ones I've worked at the musical, but I always put them where I can pull them out and read them. I like to attach them together so I don't lose them because, I'm a little clumsy. Oh my gosh. This was, it's a Facebook memory 8 years ago. So this is from 2011. And that's something I do like about Shamel's class, is that it's not that daily photo of one picture a day. It's of all sorts of traditions. You don't even have to do every one of them. I feel like I do because I like to number them, which I know you can't even see that there. You can see it so much better in person. But she also has topics about writing about prior Christmases or things you're looking forward to. And this was a memory of Elizabeth when she was, 3 years old? 9, 10, 11? Yeah. She was 3 years old when I taught her how to break apart a Kit Kat. And she said, one for me, one for you. And then she handed one to me. And just little special memories there. Elizabeth with Tucker at the Christmas tree. This was a filler page because I could not get it to where I had the right mix. So I'm like, you know what? I do that every once in a while. There will be just a page of just Christmas decoration. I'm okay with that. There's Elizabeth and I with our favorite Christmas movie, Elf. Cannot wait to watch that again with her this year. And this has been something of a new thing. When we would go to the mall to see Santa, we would stop at Great American Cookie Company, I think that's the name of it, and we would each get a cookie. And we did that again this year. That was a lot of fun. Here is my dear daughter with the man in red himself. And we have already gone to see Santa, so I already have some pictures that are ready to go in this year's album. more more sticky notes. This was a lot of fun. We had an auction last year to raise money for the school, and I had incredibly long hair. It was almost down to my waist, and I auctioned off the ability to cut my hair in front of the school. And so one of my families that I've had two of their kids, and the third one isn't quite to third grade yet, but they won the auction. And so I had their three kids, and then the little girl who was in my class a couple years ago, who's now in middle school, was fighting cancer. She got to come up and cut it too. And it was a lot of fun to do in front of school. I was so nervous about it because I don't like being in front of people, but it was fun to be able to use this Christmas chaos. This is a page where my husband's going to do some journaling. This actually goes back with this. It's from that same day of all of us together. But it's the two of them walking in front of me holding hands. And there's just, I just love that. I love that they love each other so, so much. All right. And then we have, we're down to day 21. Someone in the neighborhood puts out a Santa mailbox directly to the North Pole. So we got a picture of Elizabeth there. More of Buddy's little antics, riding around on a dinosaur and climbing the Eiffel Tower. And I don't even know how we have a open doorway, and he has strung himself between the two. I got no clue. One more letter from Santa. And my sweet boy on the nice list. Oh, I can't wait to get another picture of him. My husband will wrap a bunch of presents early that are for friends and family, and we put all those under the tree, so it's nice and festive all year. And then we are on Christmas Eve, and we always go to my in-laws. And my husband's side of the family, we have the Christmas number 1. It's our big, huge family Christmas. There's probably like 30 of us, I guess, that we all get together and eat food and open presents, and it's loud and chaotic. We always open some presents, though, at home before we go out to the big party. So, and this, oh my gosh, who needs Santa? I have my grandma. Isn't that the dang truth with Tugger Boy there? I just love that look on her face. All right, and now we have made it to the 25th. It is Christmas morning. We've got all of our stockings. Elizabeth's first look, which is my favorite part of Christmas morning, when she comes downstairs and sees all the presents under the tree. She's always so excited. And these are some of our favorite gifts. I mean, obviously Tucker's not a gift. I just like that picture. Elizabeth and I got little stuffed spiders for Lucas the spider. I love it. I love that spider. So excited. And I gave my husband a Stitch sweater. Now, normally this is where I turn the page, and I still have like 6 pages after it because of all the stuff we do. So I said that this was Christmas 1, Christmas 2, going up to Virginia, and with my mom is usually Christmas 3, and my dad and stepmom are Christmas 4. And last year at about 7 o'clock at night, we had a stomach bug hit big time. Both Matt and Elizabeth were completely down for about a week. And that picture of Tucker just sums it up. He's just like, nope, I'm just going to sit right here and hold my bone. I'm good, Mom. It was not a lot of fun. And, you know, I'm hoping this Christmas will be a lot more fun. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing any Christmases except for the one here at the house because of everything that's going on. So this year I am looking forward to doing something a little different for the first time ever. I'm not doing an album with page protectors. I'm actually going to make a memory book. So we're going to see how that turns out. I did buy an album just in case. It's not a very Christmassy looking album, but it's one I will use nonetheless. So hopefully, though, it works out. So leave a comment down below. What do you do a Christmas album? Do you do Journal Your Christmas, December Daily, December Documented, whatever it's called for what you do? And if you do it, why do you do it? And how long have you been doing it? And if you don't, is that something you would like to do? I really highly recommend that you check out Shamel's class, which is linked down below. And I hope you guys all have a lovely day. Bye.